Good morning and welcome to Fort Seller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. Today is Monday, April 8th, 2019. It is day 2. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, please consider the word cooperation. Think about what it looks like in your life, what it means to you, what should it look like when nobody else is looking. And don't forget, cooperation is something that you do with somebody else. It's something you can't really do alone. So think about what it looks like when you and somebody else have to be a teammate to achieve a common goal or a common purpose. That's cooperation. It can be something small, it can be something big. It's up to you and your friend. As long as you have a common purpose, you are working in cooperation. Now, before I go on, I want to let you know that I am super excited to make this next announcement. Dan Santat, that's the guy whose books you have been reading for the Battle of the Books. Well, he has agreed to show up on Friday through Skype on the screen to say hello to the entire school. That's right. Dan Santat is the guy who either wrote or illustrated all of the books in the Battle of the Books challenge that you guys have celebrated. He actually knows the winner of our final challenge. That was between Rodzilla and Dude. I'm not going to tell you the final winner. In fact, nobody else at this school is going to tell you the final winner. You will find out from Mr. Dan Santat himself. So, oh yeah, I also want to say, starting today through Wednesday, we will be collecting questions. If you have a great question for Mr. Santat, write it down on a slip of paper, and we'll provide that slip of paper. Turn it into the main office. Miss Faust and Miss Longenecker will be choosing 5 or 6 fantastic, fabulous questions that we will be using to ask Mr. Santat himself on Friday. Now, speaking of Miss Faust and Miss Longenecker, don't forget that we are celebrating poetry all this month of April. Some second graders who have been lucky enough to work with Miss Longenecker and Miss Faust have practiced their favorite poems, recorded them, and they've uploaded, not onto YouTube, but onto Schoology. All you have to do is ask your teachers to check those videos out. If you have been checking them out, great. If you haven't been, look at your teacher right now, beg them, nag them every single day. Check out one of our second grade students as they read a favorite bit of poetry. And speaking of poetry, if you are selecting a B-Bucks book all this month, right by Miss Faust and Miss Longenecker's office, you can also get a free pocket poetry, a bit of poetry that you could keep in your pocket. And if you want somebody else to read it, if you can't read it or you're having trouble reading it, that's okay. Ask an older student. You can ask one of your teachers, one of the paras, or even me. We'll be happy to read that bit of poetry for you. We're celebrating poetry all this month. We want you to be a part of it. Now, speaking of celebrating and moving around, guess what? Don't forget, Active April. Kindness challenges are going on. The last challenge, which was on Friday, was enjoy moving to your favorite music and really go for it. Now, let me ask you, did you? I hope you did. If you didn't do it on Friday, hopefully you listened to some of your favorite music on Saturday and Sunday and you really let loose, you really cut loose and enjoyed it. We'll talk about our next kindness challenge later on at the end of morning announcements. But for now, just a quick reminder that our 3 expectations at school are: number 1, be respectful; number 2, show that you are responsible; and number 3, show that you are ready to learn. Okay? Now, the B-Bucks Cafeteria Challenge is still going on. The lead has not changed, but I have to say Miss Eshelman's class continues to be in the first place position. But not only that, they've extended their lead with a strong performance on Friday. Miss Booth's class is still in the second place position, and then we still have a tie in the third place position between Miss McDonald and Miss Ogrechek's classes. So I gotta say, first grade classes, you guys are really strong. Second grade classes, let's pick up the slack, okay? At this moment, I want to invite you to slow down, stop, and enjoy for a moment your present place and time. I am sitting in my backyard. I finally got the pump working for our pond. Hopefully you had an opportunity sometime this weekend too to enjoy just your place at home, or a special place somewhere else. Now, if it feels right to you, go ahead and close your eyes, like I am. If you don't want to close your eyes, that is okay. You can sit crisscross applesauce, or you can sit on a chair, or you can lay down. Whatever feels right for you. Now, wherever you are, whether you're inside, whether you're outside, and whether you're in the classroom, take a breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. If you're like me, that first breath always tends to feel a little bit more rushed. So let's take another breath, this time more deliberately, more intentional and purposeful. In through your nose, filling your belly, and out through your mouth, even slower. Now, allow your senses, all 5 of them, to be keenly aware of where you are right now. For me, I hear the trickling of the water behind me, or the birds around my yard. What do you hear? What do you feel? For me, it's the breeze. What do you smell? Allow yourself to really notice where you are. And if your mind goes off, that's okay. Just simply bring it back to the now and anchor it into your breath in and out. Some of you are simply counting your breaths. That works. Others are simply smelling the flower and blowing out the candle. Still, others of you are using starfish breathing. Others have come up with their own forms of focusing on breathing, and I encourage you to use those too. Now turn your attention inside your body. Notice the parts of your body that you don't often notice. Your knees, that space behind your ears. Notice the parts of your body that feel well. They feel healthy, and be grateful for that. Notice the parts of your body that are tight. And give yourself permission to allow yourself to relax. And finally, notice the parts of your body that are sore or might have a little bit of pain, and sit with it. Don't try to change it. Just allow it simply to be. And allowing yourself simply to be extends to your feelings and your emotions. Those moments when you feel sad or happy, nervous. Trace those feelings to where they're coming from. And if those feelings came from something that happened in the past, tell yourself it has happened. It has already happened, and we need to practice accepting it. And if there's something in the future that is causing nervousness or anxiety, recognize that it has not happened yet, that the blessings of right now still exist. Continue to breathe for the next few seconds. Now in a moment you'll hear a bell or a chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter. When you can't hear it anymore, you may slowly open your eyes and awaken to the world around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort, where you are loved, where you are cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Whether you have a great day or not is ultimately your choice, so choose wisely, work at it, and enjoy the rewards. And let me say, it has more to do with not just the day, but also making a decision to make the rest of your week possibly the best week ever, or the rest of the year, the best rest of the year ever. It comes down to your final choice. It's not the choice of your parents. It's not your teacher's choice. Really not your friend's choice. It is your choice. Choose wisely. At this moment, I'm going to invite you to stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance, after which I'll come back and I will share with you the next kindness challenge for the day. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now this is your kindness challenge for the day. Get natural light early in the day. Turn off lights in the evening. I'm out here, it's a little bit cloudy, but there's natural light coming through. Let's face it, you all get up early enough to go to school. So the question is, had you really stopped to savor the beauty of the natural light? I don't mean the natural light bulbs or the fluorescent lights that are in your classroom, but the natural light that is given through the sun. And tonight, you don't necessarily have to go to bed early per se, but turn off the lights. Turn off your computer or your iPad and simply sit by the window or even outside and enjoy what is left of the sun. Believe it or not, being exposed to natural light, which is the sun, is very healthy for you. You don't even have to be exercising. I know it's active April, but it's more about being healthy and taking care of yourself, and exposing yourself to sunlight is a wonderful thing to do. Now, your teachers will be asking you about your plans to get out there and enjoy natural light. I encourage you to ask your teachers, what are they doing to enjoy natural light? If you guys get to go outside for recess, well, guess what? You guys are off to a great start, okay? So I can't wait to see you guys around. I can't wait to hear about the Kindness Challenge. I can't wait to hear you enjoying Poetry Month. I can't wait to hear about you asking me to read pocket poetry. There's a lot of great things happening. Don't forget about the great questions that you might have from Mr. Dan Santat himself, the great author and the illustrator of all those books you read for Battle of the Books. It's going to be a great week. I've decided it's going to be a great week. What's your decision? I'll see you guys around. Have a wonderful Monday.